Welcome to our lesson about quick properties. In a previous lesson, we learned that when I hover the mouse over a tooltip and then an extended tooltip appear. Well, the same goes for when I mouse over an object in the drawing area. A window appears listing various properties of the circle that I'm mousing over, and that's called a rollover tooltip. Let's mouse over the line. Here's the rollover tooltip for the line. It collapses when I move away. We can modify these options with a right-click, scroll to Options, and go to the Display tab. Under Color Scheme, check these boxes to show the tooltips, the shortcut keys in the tooltips, and the extended tooltips, as well as the number of seconds delay before the extended tooltip flies out. Remember, rollover tooltips are what display when you hover over an object in the graphic area. Check here to keep them on. Let's cancel out of the Options dialog window. And let's select the circle. Right-click. We've got two options down here that I want to take a look at, Properties and Quick Properties. First, let's peek at the Properties option. A window appears displaying a detailed list of properties of the selected object. This is called the Properties palette, and we're going to look at this in a subsequent lesson. For now, let's take a look at the Quick Properties option. The Quick Properties palette opens, and it's obviously less detailed than the Properties palette currently. Here we can access these properties and make real-time modifications. Let's change the color of the line, for example, to red. Let's adjust the coordinates of the center of the circle. And I'll decrease the radius just a little bit. If we click this button, we'll launch the Customize dialog window. This is where we modify the Quick Properties palette display, as well as the rollover tooltips and a number of other items. Let's select Quick Properties in the column on the left. Now from the column in the middle, select the object type, in my case, circle. Now from the column on the right, check all the properties that you want to display in the Quick Properties palette. And same thing goes for the rollover tooltips. Let's select it from the column on the left. Let's select circle as our object type. And now check any items in this list to have them display in the rollover tooltip. We can also right-click on the rollover tooltip and synchronize it with the Quick Properties palette. Here we choose the direction of synchronization. We can apply the rollover tips to the Quick Properties or vice versa. Let's choose the second option. To edit the object type list, click the Customize button in the upper right-hand corner. Here we can select from additional object types if we want them to appear in the list. Let's click OK, and OK again to exit this dialog window. Now, when I mouse over the circle, the additional properties display in the rollover tooltip. Let's select the circle. Now right-click and scroll down to Quick Properties. The palette opens, and as you can see, the additional properties are now available in the Quick Properties palette. Let's click on the Options icon and go to Settings. Go to the Quick Properties tab. From this tab, we control the functionality and the appearance of the Quick Properties palette. Under Palette Behavior, let's check Collapse Palette Automatically. Click OK to accept our changes. Let's select the circle again with a left click. Now right-click and scroll to Quick Properties. Now the palette collapses automatically to the number of lines that I specified unless I'm mousing over it. And let's close it by clicking on the X in the upper right corner. Let's go to Tools now. By the way, if you don't see the standard Windows toolbar, you can click this arrow and scroll down to Show Menu Bar. Okay, let's show it. Go to Tools, Drafting Settings, Quick Properties tab. Let's uncheck Collapse Palette Automatically and click OK. Now let's select the circle again and right-click, scroll down to Quick Properties. Let's change the color of our line to yellow. There's a drop-down menu at the top of the Quick Properties palette. When I click the arrow, I see that the only item available is a circle. Well, let's select the line at the same time and see what happens. Now right-click and scroll down to Quick Properties. With all selected from the drop-down menu at the top, we can modify properties that apply to both the line and circle at the same time. Or we can select, let's say, line or circle to change the properties one at a time. Let's select all from the drop-down menu. And let's modify the color property to red. And this concludes our lesson about quick properties.